ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। ॐ नमो नारायणाय।
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि।
रामानुजदया पात्रम् ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणम् श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यम् वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्
சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। रामानुजदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्दे वेदान्तदेशिकम्। சீரொன்ற தூப்புள் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்ற சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
So we saw the previous one, the previous page. You can just see the last line of the previous page. Yeah. So we saw that Lord Vishnu is otherwise called the Parameshti, and he is to be worshipped by all our actions. And then how do we understand this? By the two verses on the page 68, lastly, we understand that he is the enjoyer of all the penance, sacrifices, all other actions, and he is the Lord of all the sacrifices. And we have the sentence in scriptures called Yajno vai Vishnuhu, Vishnur vai Yajnaha. Both sentences are available to confirm that Lord Sriman Narayana is the enjoyer of the relisher of all the sacrifices. So whatever be the name of the sacrifice, he will be there as the leader. And then whether we do Pitru Yajnam or Deva Yajnam or whatever be the Yajnam, he is the eater of the oblations. To put it very crudely, he enjoys the oblations. Havya Kavya Bukku, only one, and you are the only one here. So we go to page 69. So Ityadishu Prasiddham. So in Vyasa Smriti, these are all very famous. In fact, you can say popular also. Ityadishu Prasiddham. So there is no difference between other books and Vyasa Smriti. That's the meaning. So I am this cha and atra here, Parameshti, the Lord. Parameshti meaning the highest Lord. Vihita karma toshatvena uchate. Now, toshyatvam is contentment. Toshyatvam is contentment. And so it is said, uchate, it is said that all the fixed actions, why fixed actions is scriptures recommend to us the actions, and therefore we are supposed to only follow the scriptures for instructions, how to do it, what to do, and so on. How to perform the sacrifice, and then what to do in the sacrifice. So vihita karma, all the fixed actions, has been understood as enjoyment to the Lord. He is the enjoyer, nobody else. So parame pade tishtati iti parameshti. How do you understand the word parameshti? With regard to our local parlance, we understand that he is a very orthodox person. In Parameshti, we say in our family circumstances, we are the most orthodox person. But the real meaning is we are interested always in the Lord. Here, Parame Pade Tishtati iti Parameshti. Because he is in the headquarters, namely Sri Vaikuntham, is called Parameshti. Paramapada Nathaha. Paramapada Nathaha is the name of the other synonym for Parameshti. Parame Pade Tishtati. So again, the scripture says, Tamasah Parastat. So Sachaha Sahacha Tamasah Parastat. That means he is beyond the darkness of ignorance. Tamasa Parastat meaning generally later, afterwards, and so on. But here it is beyond. So beyond the darkness of ignorance. Sahahi, cha and Tamasa Parastat. Cha is only for, uh, honorary suffix, you can say, honorary affix. Then because if you understand cha means and he is beyond ignorance means somebody else also is beyond ignorance. So let us leave the word cha here. I don't know, some significant meaning may also be there. So meaning, cha will say, tamasa parastat, meaning if he is beyond ignorance, that means he is full of wisdom. That's the meaning. Cha means he is full of wisdom, and therefore cha generally means and. So tamasa parastati is beyond ignorance, means beyond darkness, means darkness of ignorance. It's a bad quality. Never Lord possesses a bad quality. So the exact term which is given there in the previous pages is this Akhila Heya Pratyanikaha. Akhila Heya Pratyanikaha. All avoidable bad qualities are not available in there. Avoidable in the sense, um, I mean, the word avoidable also may give a certain wrong meaning. So he doesn't possess at all bad qualities. That's the meaning. So Tad Vishnoho Paramam Padam iti ukte. When we say that his abode is the highest abode, Padam is the abode, the residence, the living place. Tad Vishnoho, of that Vishnu meaning, that means very great. So we do not understand completely who is that Vishnu. So then Paramam Padam is highest post, highest residence, noblest residence. Whatever superlative degree you can put it as wisest residence, full of wisdom, the place full of wisdom, the place full of bliss, and so on. So ityukte, when it is said so in the scripture, especially Purusha Suktam, so Suddha Sattvamaye, so the whole world of Vaikuntham is filled up with what we call the matter called good matter, good substance. Still, of course, we do not know, is there Ashuddha Sattvam? No. There is nothing called Ashuddha Sattvam. There is nothing called dirty Sattvam. So, therefore, so Shuddha Sattvamaye, that means pristine purity. That's what we say. It's a very good word in English to add. Pristine purity. There is no iota of dirtiness, you can say. There. Dirt is there. Iota of dirt is there. D-I-R-T. So Shuddha Sattvamaye, the Vaikuntham is full of Shuddha Sattvam. Then Vaikunta Samyake Loke. The name of the place is called Vaikuntham. The word Vaikuntham itself means Kunta meaning lacuna and Vikunta meaning no lacuna. So Vaikuntham should mean there is no deficiency of anything there, especially wisdom and bliss. And then Loke in that world, Vartamanaha, he lives, Purushottamaha eva, he is the best primordial being. We don't say simply man. So Purushottama meaning primordial being, the best primordial being, the highest primordial being, and so on. The greatest primordial being. Again, the word Purushaha would all meaning that he has got a lot of power of creation. Lot of power of creation. That shows the what we call the male gender of the Lord. That's all. So, evam Vaiyase Dharma Shastre. It is not Vaiyase, I think Ta must be added. Vaityase Dharma Shastre. So, Dharma Shastra looks little different. So, Vaityase. Or otherwise, Vaiyase must be given meaning. I'm thinking, I'm sorry, I do not understand the word Vaiyase. So, Dharma Shastre. So, Dharma Shastras are different. How are they different? They are not completely different. Vaiyase is Vyasa's Dharma Shastra. Sorry, I got the meaning. So it is Vyasa's Dharma Shastra is called Vaiyase Dharma Shastra. That is Vyasa Smriti of Agamas. So in Veda Vyasa's, what we call holy books, Dharma Shastra is righteous books, righteous science. Bhagavataha of the Lord, Panchasu Kaleshu, in all the 5 timings, Bhajanam, that is touching him by heart. Bhajanam is touching. How do you touch? By Nama Sankirtanam. By repeating the names of the divine names of the Lord, you always have your mind attached to him, concentrating on him. While we do whatever action we do during daytime or any time, that will be directed towards the Lord. And all will concentrate on only the Lord's thinking. So, Bhagavan Nitya Karma Anupraveshena eva. Then while we go on repeating by mouth, by meditation, silently also, how do we go about meditating 24 hours by 7? Our means is, our facility is, we are going to do daily duties, Nitya Karma. So, Anupraveshaha, we enter into that. We follow him and enter into that. So, Anupravesha meaning follow and enter. So, what do we enter into? We enter into our daily duties, Nitya Karma. And what kind of Nitya Karma? All actions, daily actions directed towards the Lord. Nothing is separated from the Lord. No action is delinked from the Lord. No action is divorced from the Lord. So all directed towards Him. Then Vihitam iti, already it is said, fixed. Vihita means injunction. Already it has been said as a rule. Then na kasyachit tat parityagaha upapadyate. We are not going to give it up. Tat parityagaha. We are not going to totally dismiss any book, what you call Vyasa Smriti, Vaiyase Dharma Shastre, Upapadyate. Na Upapadyate, it is not fit. It does not behove us to dismiss the book as different from other books. Nobody can do it because all of them are similar. Vyasa Smriti is completely congruent to the other books called Pancaratra or any temple agama. Now we are going to the next paragraph. So, Yattu Dakshena Uktam. So, we got Daksha Prajapati. So, Daksha Smriti is there. Now, Dakshena Uktam. By Daksha it has been said, Yat which to but Kala Ashtaka Adhibhagena, Abhibhagena, Ashtaka Vibhagena. Kala Ashtaka Vibhagena. He divides the timings of our daily duties into 8 types. Kala time, Ashtaka 8, Vibhagena by compartmentalizing, by separating, by dividing. Dinakrityam, daily duty. Dina, daily, day, krityam duty, daily duty. Tadapi prakrita anugunamev. That also is always similar to all these 5. All the 6, 5 is equal to 8. 8 is equal to 5. Prakrita anugunameva, it is congenial, convenient to the present context. Prakrita. Prakrita means present context. So they are not completely different from each other. Though 8 timings are prescribed by Daksha in his Smriti, we don't see any large difference. No difference in principle. No difference in procedure. No difference in meaning. So what are the 8 types of timings? Let us understand. Tatahi, for example. Tatahi means for example. Tatahi. Separately must be done. Tatahi is not a single word. Tatahi is not a single entity. Tata is so. He means indeed, purely. Meaning example, illustrated. So what the type of the bold letters show you the matter, topic of the matter, namely Daksha Ukta, said by Daksha, Kala Ashtaka, 8 timings, Vibhagaha, division, Api also, Panchakalika Karma Anugunaha. Whatever we saw earlier by 5 timing rituals, this is also in tune with the 8 timings of the Dakshat book. Now, what do we do? So, how do we understand these 8 timings? So, Prataha Uttaya Kartavyam. Daily we must get up in the morning. So, Dvijena, by an initiated person, one who is born naturally from the mother's womb, and then one who has been given the what we call Gayatri Mantra Upadesha, and therefore Upanayanam has been performed. Therefore, he can start learning scriptures, and he can practice Gayatri Japa. So he must get up in the morning. Prataha in the morning. Uttaya after getting up. Kartavyam to be done. Duty. What is the duty? Dine dine, every day. Yatu which. So whatever is to be done every day, dine dine. Dine dine means pradidinam. Tatu that, sarvam all. So all that actions, all the duties that are prescribed for twice born, you call him Brahmin, Vipraha. We call him Vipraha. Sampravakshyami. So I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to tell you. Vakshami means I'm going to tell you. Not today, tomorrow. So Pravakshyami, I will tell you clearly, beautifully, extensively, in detail. Some Pravikshami, I will do it nicely also. So I will tell you exactly, clearly and so on. Some Pravikshami. So what is the use of you are telling me if you ask the question? Dvijanam Upakarakam. It will be helpful to all the initiated lot. The what we call twice born people, it will be helpful. Dvijanam Upakarakam. So all the actions prescribed for daily routine will be said by me, and all this must be done in the morning. Then Yavat na Vipraha, I'm reading only the words according to the prose order. So yavat na vipraha kshanikaha bhavet udaya astamayam. Now vipraha, I just now told you, vipraha means scholar, one who has studied well the scriptures. Udaya astamayam, starting from the rise of the sun and sunset. So from the rising sunrise to the sunset, udaya astamayam. Yavat until then, that is between these 2 points of time. Vipraha naha kshanikaha bhavet. The scholar is here meaning dvijaha. Dvijaha. Please equate the word dvijaha with vipraha. Because he already has been initiated, he has learnt the scriptures also. He has become an expert in the scripture. So it is not what you call momentary. The sunrise and the sunset do not pass off within a second. We have got 12 hours as we understand. Please understand by what we call Nadika, Tamil Nadigai. So 30 Nadikas. 30 Nadikas are there, 12 hours. Each hour has got 2.5 Nadikas. So 12 into 2.5 will become 30. In fact, in some seasons, this will go up to 31 or 29 according to the sunrise and sunset time. So also the other part, 30, namely night time, that time of darkness. So again, those are 12 hours, again 30 Nadikas. So every day we have got 60. So 60 is divided into 2, divided by 2.5 will give us 24. 24 hours of. So you have, so what do we do? So we have a lot of time to do, that's what it says. It is not a fleeting period. It is not what we call a fast running period. So we got a lot of time to do our daily duties. Then what do we do? So we have got a lot of actions. So nitya naimittikaihi yuktaha. We have got daily duties and occasional duties. That is occasional duties in the sense of special occasional duties. For example, eclipse. During solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, we have got a special merit for the lunar eclipse, and therefore we have Naimittika. Ekadashi Vratam is meditation must be done 24 hours, Ekadashi inclusive. Of course, only one extra condition is we must starve, we must fast, we must not take food, even water. So that is not considered Naimittika, because Ekadashi occurs every month twice. Dwadashi occurs every month twice. And therefore, it is a regular feature. Naimittikam is, of course, the one Ravi Sankramanam. Ravi Sankramanam, as you said, as you understand. If you include Ekadashi and Dwadashi, then of course, no harm. Dwadashi is for Parana, and not only for Parana, of course, after Puja, after Thiruvaradhanam, after offering the food to the god, and then we take it, and therefore Dwadashi Aradhanam is important. For example, today there are 38 Nadikas. Today Dwadashi has got 38 Nadikas. That doesn't mean you can go on do it in the evening. So after evening only it finishes Dwadashi. 30 nauticas for daytime and 8 nauticas are further there today. That is 9th January 2024. So you have, so Naimitikam is occasional. Again, Ravi Sankaranam, that meaning the beginning day of the month, Tamil month, the beginning May, rather the zodiac, different zodiacs joining with the sun, Rashi. So Rashi becomes one with the sun, Ravi Sankramanam. So that is what you call Naimitikam. If two Nitya and Naimitika clash with each other, come on one day, we have got some rules. So let us. So Nitya meaning daily, Naimitikam is special occasional duties. Yuktaha associated with. So a Dvija, a twice born is always associated with the two types of duties, Nitya and Naimitika, daily and then third one. So Kamyehi. So we have what we call people with some goals, what we call materialistic goals, worldly aims. We have got worldly aims. We want to be happy by achieving some worldly goals, aims. We have got desires to be fulfilled. So that is kamya. The kamya karmas are there. There are actions for our fulfilling our desires. Then anyehi. We have got some other actions also. Maybe we do for others. But all of them should be agarhitai. No action should be censurable. Nobody should find fault with those actions. Whether it is nitya, or naimitika, or kamya, or anya. So all the four actions, namely daily duties prescribed in the scriptures, naimitika, the special occasional duties prescribed by the temple ritual here, especially, and kamyehi, one example, during eclipse, solar or lunar, the Lord is anointed, what we call Thirumanjanam. Abhishekaha is done during eclipse time. The door is closed for the entry of all devotees, but inside the sanctum sanctorum, Sannidhi, the God is anointed. God is given a Thirumanjanam during eclipse. So this is one of the types of naimitikas with regard to temple. Kamyehi, the archanas are done to the Lord whenever the devotees expect some fulfillment of their desire. So kamyehi cha anyehi. And all of them are spotless, clean actions, perfect actions. There should be no deficiency in these actions. Nobody should find fault with those who perform these actions. So agarhitaihi, garhitam meaning censured, scolded, found fault with. So agarhitai. Then we must not give up our own duty. What is our own duty? That is the fifth one now. Sixth, fifth one. So swakam karma. So among the daily duties, among the special occasional duties, among the actions meant for our desires and or other actions, we must not give up our own duty, self-duty. Swakam karma, self-duty. Parityajya, giving up, after giving up self-duty. Yat anyat kurute dvijaha. It is in negative form. If the twice born performs some other duty without doing his own duty, without completing, without finishing one's own duty, if he performs some other duty, yat anyat kurute, How does he do it? Why does he do it? Ajnanat, by ignorance. Now, for example, I give up my Sandhya Vandanam, twilight worship, and then perform Thiruvaradhanam in the temple, then there is no use. Everything becomes a waste. So, Ajnanat by ignorance, Athava Lobhat by greed, by what you call extreme desire for the worldly things. So, Tyagena Patitaha Bhavet. Once we give up, we are doomed to hell. We are fallen. We are fallen to the, of course, the mire of the mundane existence. We get rebirth every time. We get rebirth every time. So patitaha meaning falling into, meaning because of the sin committed by us by giving up our own duty and performing some other duty out of greed. Now, one example is a Ubhayadhara comes to the temple and asks for some special puja, aradhana. For example, he comes to the temple, somebody comes to the temple, asks for Sudarshana Homa to be performed because the priest knows how to do it. So giving up one's own duty and giving up the Thiruvaradhanam of the Lord, one should not engage himself in some other duty for the sake of devotees in order to fulfill their desires. Then he will fall into the trap. What is the trap? The cycle of birth and death. Avartante duritapavana prerite janma chakre. I am giving the opposite of what Deshika said in Sri Stuti. When you say the names of Mahalakshmi, just 5 names. Lakshmi, Padma, Jaladhitanaya, Vishnupatni, Indira. These 5. Lakshmi, Padma, Jaladhitanaya, Vishnupatni, Indireti. Yannamani Shruti Paripanani Evam Avartayanto Na Avartante Duritapavana Prerite Janma Chakre. That's what he said. But I say here, the dereliction of duty, the unfaithful performance of duty, the insincere action of the duty will land us in trouble in the sense that we will go on rotating in the cycle of birth and death. Janma Chakram will not stop. The birth cycle will not stop. The birth wheel will not stop. Whereas if we utter the names of the goddess, it comes in 8th verse. Asyeshana Tvamasi Jagata Samshayanti Mukundam Lakshmi Padma. That is the first line. Asyeshana Jagataha Samshayanti Mukundam. He also quotes the sentence from scripture, namely Nila Suktam. Asyeshana Jagato Vishnupatni. He is using it in different places. Asyeshana Jagata Tamasi Jagata Samsayanti Mukundam. The word Vishnupatni comes in the second line. Lakshmi Padma Jaladhitanaya Vishnupatni Dineti. Ennamani Shruti Paripanan Evam Avartayanto Navartante Duritapavana Prerite Jagata. Now, how do our cycles, rather births and deaths revolve round and round? Because of our sins, Durita. What is the sin? I have given up my duty and I have performed the action of fulfilling the desires of what you call the worldly desires of the devotee. So, iti, because he is a public servant, priest of a temple is a public servant. Not only servant to the Lord, but also public servant. He is expected to do many actions. That is what we call anyahi. We refer to the word anyahi, 4th action. Nityaihi, naimittikaihi, kamyaihi, anyaihi. Of course, the Sudarshana Homa, as we understand, is directed toward the Yajamana, the boss, namely Lord Srimanarayana. Now, Nitya Naimittika Karmanam, of all the actions, namely Nitya and Naimittika, daily and special occasions, Tadu Upakari Kamya Karmanam cha. Now, even when we do the actions which are meant for fulfilling our worldly desires, they also should be helpful to perform Nitya and Naimitya. Or this way about also. Our Nitya and Naimittika also can be directed for the aim of fulfilling our desire. Tadupakari. So you can use the word tat as this way or that way. So our kamya karmas, that is actions performed for the sake of fulfilling the devotee's desires, can also help be in tune with daily duty and naimitika duty, special occasional duty, or the vice versa. The daily duties and or rather permanent duties and special occasional duties also will rise to fulfill the desires of the devotees by actions which are meant for which are based on desires. Kamyam is kama, it becomes kamyam. But all of them must be performed according to the time. Yatha kalam. The time should not be transgressed. There is no delay in the time. There should be no delay in the time. All should be punctual. Yatha kalam. Not only that, yatha kalam punctual, anushtanam also. So anushtanam is what we call follow up. So all the actions, whether they are kamya or anya or nitya or naimittika, it should be followed scrupulously. Anushtanam should be done scrupulously. Without anushtanam meaning as per the injunctions of the scripture, as per the Pancaratra books, as per the temple agama rituals, including Vyasa Smriti or Daksha Smriti. We are going just referring to two books particularly. Then how do we do it? Again, avichheden, without stop, without interruption, without interval. So avichheden meaning as it is prescribed by the scripture. As it is, our scripture is here now, Pancaratra Agama. Agama meaning scripture, all of us understand. Agama meaning scripture. Generally it means scripture. Agama refers to temple rituals. Agama is a general term, which also means Rig, Yajus, Sama, Atharva. These four Vedas are all called Agama. They are called Amnaya, they are called Veda, they are called Shruti. The same synonyms are Agama also. Agama is also a synonym of Veda, Shruti, Amnaya, Chandas, and so on. So avichedena kartavyam iti pratipadya. Daksha says 8 timings rituals. And we started with the morning, prataha. Prataha uttaya dvijena dine kartavyam. We saw the first line. Now what do we now? So the manner of the procedure of actions is said here, namely all the nitya karmas, naimittika karmas, namely daily duties, permanent duties, special occasional duties, the duties meant for, actions meant for fulfilling our desires, all these must be done in time, punctually, to be followed strictly and without any stop, with meaning continuously. Thus, when it is said already, Pratipadya, after explaining, Then what should we do? How do we divide the 8 timings? Divasasya adya bhagena krityam tasya upadishyate. Now we have 13 adikas. The first 15 adikas, adya bhagena can take it as say half of it, let us say. Half of it, 15 adikas. Number 1 to 15. That is morning 6 o'clock, say, to 12 o'clock noon. Then again 12 o'clock noon to 6 o'clock evening. Let us take it as this way. But some seconds, then minutes may be different because of the sunrise and sunset time. Of course, with regard to our Bharata Desha, there is only 1 to 3 minutes difference. Whereas in all other countries, we have got a lot of differences. Even 12 hours difference, earlier or later. So now, Divasasya Adya Bhagena. Now we have to understand what is the first part of the day. So by the first part of the day, Krityam duty, Tasya, namely Dvijasya, meaning of the twice born, Upadishyate is now being advised. So instructions are given now for the twice born, a Dvija, otherwise called Vipra, a scholar who has understood scriptures, to do what to do on the first part of the day. So then Dvitiye, second part of the day. Tritiye, third part of the day. Chaturthe, fourth part of the day. And Panchame, fifth part of the day. Then we go on. Shashte, sixth part of the day. Saptame, seventh part of the day. Ashtame, eighth part of the day. Prithak, separately, individually. There are 8 types of timings. Now, how do we understand these 8 timings? Bhageshu eteshu, in all these 8 divisions, eteshu in these THESE, in these Bhageshu divisions, Yat Krityam, what is to be done, the duty, Yat Krityam, that duty, which duty, Tat, that, Parvakshyami, I shall tell you, Asheshataha completely. Iti Kala Ashtaka Vibhagena, Kritya Vibhagam Samanyataha Prastut. Now, in the previous verse that we saw in the last part of this page 69, he is only saying something peripheral. The overall picture of the 8 timings. We say 8 timings. There are 8 timings of the day. Outline, yes. So outline of the. But what are those 8? What is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Let us understand tomorrow. Kalashtaka Vibhagena, Kritya Vibhagam, division of duty, according to the timings by 8 divisions. Samanyataha, generally, that means applies to all Dvijas, all priests in the temple. No priest is exempted. So that is what we call introduction, Prastutya. Prastutya meaning now it is proposed. It has been proposed 8 times 8 timing proposal for the duty of the priest in the temple. We have heard about Arukala Puja, 6 timing puja, Aradhanam in temples, in Shaiva Agamas. In Shaiva Agamas, we have got 6 timings. But in Vaishnava Agamas, Sri Vaishnava Agamas, we have got 8. What are those 8? We go to page 70 tomorrow. Again, the topic, the title of the topic is Dakshasmriti. Dakshasmriti book is taken as reference so that we will understand what are the 8. But again, please remember, these 8 are not different from 5. The 8 can be contained into the 5. We submerged into the 5. That is what we call Sangraha. It can be precisely understood by 5. or 5 can be extended by 8, expanded by 8.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்ரம் ஞான வைராகிய பூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம். கவிதார்க்கிக சிம்மாய கல்யாண குணசாலினே ஸ்ரீமதே வெங்கடேசாய வேதாந்த குரவே நமக. வாதிதிவசிரோபங்க பஞ்சானன பராக்கிரம சீமான் வெங்கடநாதாய இரம் வேதாங்குமே. ஈரோடு திருவேங்கடமுடைய சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஓர்தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேர கோமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ராமானுஜதயா பாத்திரம் ஞானவைராக்யபூஷணம் ஸ்ரீமத்வேங்கடநாதார்யம் வந்தே வேதாந்ததேசிகம்.
कवितार्किकसिंहाय कल्याणगुणशालिने श्रीमते वेङ्कटेशाय वेदान्तगुरवे नमः. சீரொன்று தூப்புல் திருவேங்கடமுடையான் பாரொன்றச் சொன்ன பழமொழியுள் ஊரொன்று தானே அமையாதோ தாரணியில் வாழ்வார்க்கு வானேரப் போமளவும் வாழ்வு.
ஓம் நமோ நாராயணாய.